This is Valmiki Ramayan, Season 7, Episode 18, Ravan's Last Rites. The Vanaras roared in jubilation. Ravan is dead! Victory to Ram! And the news soon reached the royal palace. Ravan's wives came running out into the battlefield. They looked for him among the fallen warriors, calling out in anguish, Aryaputra, O noble sir! And when they saw Ravan's body, they collapsed to the ground and hugged him. Mandodari, the chief among all of Ravan's wives and his favorite one, said with tear-filled eyes, Shayaneshu maharheshu shayitva rakshaseshwara iha kasmat prasuptosi dharanyam renuguntitah. O Lord of the Rakshasas, you have always slept on your royal bed. Now why are you lying on the ground like this, covered with dust? Do you love this earth more than you love me? Why don't you speak to me? Why are you leaving me like this? I cannot live without you. Note, Mandodari's words are strikingly similar to what Tara had said upon Vali's death. And like Tara, Mandodari held nothing against Ram, even though Ram had killed her husband. She continued, You were so powerful and brave. Even Indra would not dare challenge you. Then how could you fall so low and kidnap a woman? Katham nari chauryam idam kshudram kritam. I told you so many times, do not go against Ram. But you did not listen to me. You also ignored your other well-wishers, Vibhishan, Kumbhakarna, and my father. Shubhakrit shubhamapnoti, papakrit papamashnute. Good actions result in happiness, and bad actions in misery. Oh, you fool, Durmate! By forcibly bringing Sita, you brought about your own destruction. Ram then said to Vibhishan, Samskarah kriyatam bhratuh striganah parisantvyatam. Please console the women and conduct the last rites for your brother. Think about it. A war has just ended, and one of the kings is dead. How do we typically imagine the winning army will treat the defeated side, especially the women? Contrast that with Ram's exemplary behavior. Vibhishan saw Ravan's body lying on the ground. He was torn between two emotions. On the one hand, he was heartbroken at having lost his elder brother. He felt a numb emptiness and so wished that Ravan had heeded his advice. But at the same time, he was not ready to forgive Ravan. Vibhishan told Ram, Ravan was my brother, but also my enemy. Why, he was everyone's enemy. Cruel and heartless, he never followed dharma. And his attitude towards women, that was unpardonable. I cannot conduct his last rites. But Ram counseled him, Maranantani vairani. Animosity should not last after death. Ravan was an outstanding warrior, and he went down fighting bravely, like a true Kshatriya. He deserves respect from you and from me. You must now do the last rites. As the Rakshasas carried Ravan's body to the funeral pyre, the women wailed and cried. Vibhishan lit the pyre and then did Jalanjali, offering of water for Ravan. Soon afterwards, Ram told Lakshman to coronate Vibhishan as the next king. And Ram also asked Hanuman to go inside the city to meet Sita. Note, Ram himself could not enter any city as per the rules of his Vanvas. Hanuman went to the Ashokvan. He saw Sita sitting under a tree, sorrow written all over her face. He went up to her, bowed respectfully, and said, "O Sita, I bring good news. We have won the war. Ravan is dead. Ram, Lakshman, and Sugriv are all well. Ram asks about your well-being." A wave of happiness swept over Sita. She was so overcome with emotion that she could not say a thing. Hanuman asked her if there was any message that she wanted to send to Ram. Sita simply said, "I just want to see him. Drashtumichhami bhartaram." In the next episode, we shall witness the famous scene when Sita meets Ram after the war. But before we bid farewell to Ravan, let us take a moment to consider this question that we asked right at the beginning. Was Ravan really all that bad? On the positive side, Ravan was a great warrior and a towering leader. He was also a scholar, well versed in the Vedas, and his capital, Lanka, was a spectacular city that exuded power, grandeur, and wealth. But even as we search for balance in our understanding of Ravan, there is no denying that he was ruthless and ruled over others through fear. And despite his big talk about being all-powerful, Ravan was too afraid to take Ram head-on. He had total disdain for dharma or any sort of rules, and he sent his forces to slaughter the unarmed ascetics and rishis of Dandakaranya. No woman could escape his roving eye, and the ones that caught his fancy, he simply took them by force. His bedchamber was full of women he had captured as spoils of war. For Ravan, Sita was a tool of war, a thing to be used to destroy the enemy. He saw nothing wrong in taking revenge on a man by kidnapping his wife. He saw nothing wrong in dragging Sita by her hair. Later, when Sita stood up to him and spoke back strongly, he considered her to be a wild elephant that needed to be tamed. Ravan had a history of assaulting women. No wonder one of his ministers advised him in open court to assault Sita as well, to force himself on her like a rooster forces itself on a hen. The Rakshas king's name truly captured the essence of his character. Ravan, the one who makes people cry. Iti, her, asa. That is how it happened.